Good evening and welcome to all of you. It's a wonderful turnout that we've got here at East End Foods. My name is Paul Wouhra. I am one of the family members here at East End, and it's a pleasure that we are here tonight hosting this evening for such a great cause. I'd like to congratulate many of you. I know that you have been to the summit today, and you've been discussing many of the ways in which we can make the health of generations to come much better. It's a very, very important issue, and it needs to be addressed very quickly. I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Tony Wouhra. He is the chairman of East End Foods. He's been working very hard on a film for the last 1 month. It is to do with organic food. So I'd just like to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Wouhra.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to welcome you here tonight. Following such a good summit that I hear you had, and still a good turnout. Thank you. East End Foods was established way back in 1972 when 5 brothers got together and we floated this small company. The company at that particular moment had only one vision: purity in food. And we concentrated that we should provide food. As my father said, I will not sell any food that I will not eat myself. And that is what has been the project. About 10 years ago, a foundation called Wouhra Foundation in Jaipur started to get some farmers together. And the person who started the foundation, he lost his mother, and she loved land. And he said, nothing better I could do than producing food naturally. I only met him 5 years ago, but about 6 or 7 years ago, I was asking people, can I have some organic food? I feel it will be time in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know, but it will be time when people would want to eat only organic food. A lot of work was to be done. An awareness campaign needs to be launched. Even now, people don't know what is organic. They have got an idea, but once I went 5 years ago and the interest kept mounting, I thought it's very, very interesting subject. 3 years ago, the interest was really red hot. Now, let me share with you some of my experiences. I'm right in a valley in Himachal Pradesh, near Simla, in the hills of Himalayas. What a beautiful place it is. You see, something that people enjoy right here is peace and tranquility. You may be wondering, what am I doing here? Well, I'm searching for something. And when do you search? You search when you've lost something. Losing our way, our peace of mind, and living naturally. This is nature, Mother Nature. Perhaps it's time to correct ourselves. Untimely heavy rains, floods, cyclones are the real examples that we are interfering with the laws of nature. Repeated weather disturbances, global warming, melting of the ice, and the displacement of land to the sea are the real threat to our planet. Some 3 years ago, I was approached by a team of doctors who were researching the causes of diabetes in Southeast Asians and how it could be prevented. When we fall ill, the doctors want to know what we eat, and they start by checking your blood pressure, cholesterol level, and diabetes. Words like junk food, very little exercise, obesity, and too much processed food are commonly heard today. SEMRU is a research center at Sandwell and Birmingham City Hospitals NHS Trust. They were screening people, and those found diabetic or on the borderline are treated so that this horrible disease is controlled or even prevented. They contacted East End Foods to create culturally sensitive food. This gave me a lifeline as I had lost 3 members of my family to diabetes and heart disease. I joined hands with them, and a charity called Healthy Hearts was founded. A team of doctors suggested that organic food was the natural option. This became a challenge for me, as much work was to be done to source natural food that was grown without the help of pesticide and other chemicals. I started to investigate, and investigate I did. This prompted me to leave Britain as we wanted to resolve this problem jointly. My journey in search of organic food starts here in Jaipur in the middle of India. This is a foundation we've been working for 3 years. Here, Wouhra Foundation was doing a great deal of work in training thousands of farmers to grow organic food. The farmer knows the traditional methods, and the foundation trains them to use modern technology so that the farmer is able to grow more food organically. Healthy Hearts and Wouhra Foundation joined hands. Jointly, we have converted 190,000 farmers who are now growing organic food certified by Western authorities in 14 regions of India. Some achievement. We are now some 2,300 meters above the ground. Oh God, beautiful. Now we're going to take a look at the water accumulation. This water has been pumped up from the river downstairs, and they are using hydrant system. And you see all these pipes will feed the plant. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath, but it's been lovely coming up 2,300 meters up, and it's been beautiful. My team is absolutely fantastic.
First of all, we need to examine what our body needs and how the system handles it. Digestion begins, first of all, in the mouth with initial enzymes, and then in the stomach, the major part of digestion begins. Proteins, the fats, carbohydrates are acted on by enzymes, which are biological agents which help digestion. These produce much smaller particles of these foodstuffs. For example, amino acids, essential fatty acids are produced, together with starch products. These move into the small intestine where the absorption begins. And as well as these being absorbed, essential vitamins such as A, C, E are also absorbed, together with minerals. All of these are necessary for the healthy working of the body. when our bodies are exposed to food which contains pesticides, the pesticides also are absorbed and digested in the same way and will then enter the body. There they can cause deleterious effects to cell membranes or the protective systems of the body against attack by ill health.
What is organic food? Well, individuals have their own opinions.
Organic food is nothing but what we used to eat before the man invented pesticides, insecticides, fungicides to increase the per acre output of the product. It did make farmers richer and food cheaper, but in the end we have paid by our health. Organic food really means natural food, and natural food is always healthy because nature is mother, and mother food has never been bad for children.
Organic is traditional farming plus technology. So you have to put in technology in order to see that the traditional farming becomes more productive. Because unless organic farming eventually makes commercial sense, it won't succeed.
Sustainable agriculture is one which can give us consistent results in terms of productivity for a longer period of time. And if you want it to be continuously that way, then in that case you will have to continuously also amend the soil. That means as much you take out, so much at least you will have to put in. Because what you take out of the soil the soil will get depleted. But when you are talking of organic food and when you are talking of organic farming, this depletion is far less than what it is in terms of when you add the chemical fertilizer. Because what happens is the chemical fertilizers will give you a boost to your productivity, but only temporarily. Then they will eat the very root, that is the soil itself, and then they will kill all the bacteria that is helping you to multiply themselves and fix up the nitrogen from the air. That will stop. So once the soil is destroyed, the nation is destroyed. And once the soil is destroyed, then the plant is destroyed. Once the plant is destroyed, your health is destroyed. You simply get no food.
Healthy Hearts has gone abroad in a very big way, and it has persuaded 160,000 farmers in India to be able to grow organic food so that it is culturally sensitive when on sale in the United Kingdom. This is a huge achievement. 160,000 farmers in 14 regions. I'm delighted to be a patron, and I want to particularly pay tribute to the chairman of our organisation, Tony Deep, MBE, for the wonderful work that he does. So I'm very happy to endorse the excellent work of Healthy Hearts.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As I share my experiences with you, quantity and quality put together, when you get 250,000 farmers who've been growing food and they sustain a loss of about 30% in the first year and then 10% in the second year, the third year they have been getting the same yield. But what they have been doing is giving you pure food, natural food, and also spending no money on chemicals. As one of the farmers suggests, that the banker used to be at the door on harvest, and I had no food left for my family. It's a shame. We need to get together and believe in something that I now believe because it is possible. Thank you very much.
I would just like to take one moment to introduce to you Dr. Liz Hughes. She's here tonight and she'll be giving a brief presentation on organic, a peaceful solution to the food wars. Professor Elizabeth Hughes.
Thank you very much. As you've seen from the film, this clearly shows the potential of organic food with respect to health. I want to give you some very specific examples of work from the Healthy Heart Institute with regard to the importance of food for health to an ethnic population. Now, as you've heard from Tony, historically the Healthy Hearts Institute was formed to tackle the sheer burden of diabetes and cardiovascular disease, stroke and heart disease that are so prevalent in the area of Sandwell. Sandwell, as you know, typifies inner city areas of Birmingham as socially deprived and home to diverse ethnic minority groups. And the increased burden of disease within this area highlights an inequality of health for local groups, which is further widened by lack of access that many of these have to mainstream healthcare. So, Healthy Hearts have taken the national guidelines that stipulate that all individuals should receive comprehensive advice and appropriate treatment to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. And within Sandwell communities, we provide a mobile service for the assessment of diabetes and cardiovascular risk to adults over 25 years. We fine-tuned our approach from extensive experience since 1998, gleaned from the screening of over 2,000 individuals from various ethnic backgrounds, and we engage with local communities to develop health screening events and provide experienced physicians with a special interest in cardiovascular disease so that we can immediately deliver attention to adverse findings, and also provide an interpreter, a multilingual staff who assist people to make informed choices about their health. I'd like to pay my own personal tribute to all of these people who work extremely hard for this charity. Thank you very much.
Well, I request a few words by John Middleton. Ladies and gentlemen, John Middleton.
Thank you, Tony, and it falls to me solely to thank all the people who've made this possible this evening. And we use that Shoes conference and the subsequent ones to devise and to plan new initiatives to improve health in this area, and to bear in mind that local health is affected by international and national events. And for me, what you've heard tonight from East End is a great tribute and a great testament to how we have to work across country boundaries, across continents, how we are all part of the global village now, and what improves the health and the life of people, farmers in India, potentially improves our health too. We have to find ways in which growing locally and growing sustainably in all parts of the world is good for all of us. To paraphrase something I said this morning, in fact, poor food has made us fat and it's poisoned the land. And it's no way for us to continue. So tonight I would like to say to you, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Shoes tradition. I would like to say a very, very big thank you to Tony Deep and Paul Deep for inviting us here today. And thank you for this wonderful food. And thank you for all the great work that you do, which cements the role of the work of Sandwell with the work of India. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I take much pleasure in congratulating Dr. Liz Hughes, who's been elevated from being a consultant to a professor. Our heartiest congratulations to her. Our special thanks to Dr. Jitesh Patel, whose help has been enormous to run the organization. Dr. Patel, thank you. My thanks to all our trustees. As a chairman, I owe them a lot. for their voluntary work. Thank you. Our special thanks also to those doctors, nurses, and volunteers who have given their time to do this worthwhile cause. Our thanks go to a company called Lafarge Cement Limited. They have been very kind in donating their cause to the flowers and where the mill actually stands. They have forgiven some charges and we are very thankful to them. My personal special thanks to the chairman and CEO of the PCT and Birmingham Hospital, without whose help we wouldn't be existing. Thank you very much indeed, all of you.